Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. For the second time today, since I did not stream yesterday and I have to catch up, I'll be drawing with a variety of pencils, a smudging tool and whatever eraser I seem is best. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Like this, and the horizon line, and into the sky we go. Left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. Just fill it up gently down here. And a little more firm up here. Give it a mid to light value. Let's see. Taking my time here. A relatively large portion of the drawing is going to be sky. So I've got to fill up quite the area here. It takes some time. You've got to be patient. You know the drill by now. Just patiently do the steps and see what comes out at the end, how it turns out in the end. I don't have too much of a gradient going on here, but that's okay. Don't want to focus on the sky right now anyway. Just trying to make this as smooth as possible. Oh, got some darker lines down here. That just gives me the idea or the impulse of drawing some darker lines, darker clouds down there in the sky above the horizon. Let me see if I can do that. But first, let's use the smudging tool and try to make the sky as smooth as possible. Yeah, that's enough for now. For this drawing anyway. Okay. Just making some irregular cross-hatching right here to give the impression of a cloud hanging out right there above the horizon. Not a lot of light to be seen here. It's a dark cloud. Let me get the lower part a little darker though, just for some volume. maybe like so. You know what, let's have another one up there, just indicating the shape, making a lot of circles. Now just loosely cross-hatching that area that I just created. I could also continue filling that area with circles. That would give it a little fluffy cloud volume or structure. But cross-hatching this direction, I get some loops in there anyway. Okay. Now drawing some circles in there. Does that look especially cloudy? I think so. Definitely looks like a cloud. Darker at the bottom as well. Right there. Down here. Go over there. And there we go. It's got too much of those circles going on though. Looks like there are lines in there that somebody drew. Let's see if I can get rid of those. Still making circular motions. Just trying to get rid of those circles in there. I think that's pretty neat. Okay. Let's make this lower cloud really smooth as well. All right. Now let's go into the ground. Try and make the horizon horizontal. I think that's about it. And then just lay down some ground right here. Just slightly curved arcs, curved downward, maybe some curved upward right here, just to give the impression of some ground right there. Some darker areas here, something darker there. Okay. Still not totally horizontal, I see. Think maybe that's more like it. Maybe. Okay. Taking the 3B pencil, I go in there, separating the sky from the horizon by making the horizon darker. Okay. And then everything we see going on back there seems smaller than whatever is in the foreground. Therefore, I don't use wide lines across the entire drawing, but just a couple of centimeters fractions of an inch to an inch, going left and right, cross-hatching some areas right there to create the impression of a darker area. Maybe some different structures, some bushes going on back there. Some bushes over here. Just making tiny circles right here. I just checked and saw that you can't really see this. Only appears as a dark line for you, but you can see the circles right here. I think for you this looks like bushes in the distance as well. Let me try and pull this off with this line as well. The background is darker here, so the line itself doesn't stick out too much. Let's say this is a large bush. As tall as 2 people maybe, so it sticks out above the horizon. Let's make it go down here, separate right there, where you can see it better against a brighter back layer. Let's make it continue here. Spend just a little time to do some stuff to the background. Large bush here, larger bush there, this darker area here, and then have something go on there. Now this area that I indicated before, that's darker, this is the foreground, and whatever's going on here. Some wave in the ground. Maybe like this and like this, like right here, right there. Some grooves in the ground. Let me, I don't know if making this smooth is going to destroy the effect. Maybe a little bit on the lower side to make a transition right here and some contrasts at the top. Maybe like this. And let's just finish the ground. All sorts of stuff going on there. Some grass growing here, and on top of this elevation, Just some blades of grass. Coming up here. All the way. Seen against the midground. This grass sticking out at the prominent part of this tiny elevation. All right, disappearing down here. Okay, maybe something right there. I'm not necessarily drawing every single blade of grass right here, just simulating stuff with very gross movement. Maybe this goes out of the frame right there. Something right here. Just so it doesn't get boring. Something going on. Okay. Now, what I wanted to try with this drawing. Let's have a tree trunk. Should be... I kind of want it to be right where this large bush is. Let's set it to the side a little bit more. Maybe right there. And this is a rather large tree growing outside of the frame at the top. Maybe up there it's got this width. Gets thicker towards the base. Maybe a little too thick right there, and I'm not making it better, but okay. Just a happy little accident, so I'll take it. But it doesn't look like a large tree right now. So I'll make the top a little wider. Since the faster it gets narrow, the more it looks like a small tree. Large trees have a different ratio of the width to the length of the trunk. That's what I'm trying to aim for here. Then I want this to be mostly dark. I want it to be seen sort of like against the light. Give it something at the base right there. Stand on something. Okay, and then just going in here. Not filling all this up, leaving some highlights. just for some structure. Okay, now let's have some branches, shall we? Not the shape I'm looking for. I want them to be don't even know how to describe this. Have sharp turns and be, I don't know, squiggly, like a squiggly line. I'm quite satisfied with how this turned out after I corrected it. Let's make this larger towards the trunk. Right there, okay. Maybe one is coming out right here, going towards us. One goes behind in a loop like this. One over there. One turning like this. One's coming down here from the top. One's going over there. Those two right here overlap. There's some overlapping as well right here. This one turns towards the left as well. Some more right here. One going outward right there. And another one going down like this. Then on the right side, what could we have here? Let's have one right up there. Go up there. Another one. Maybe grow like this. One like that growing up here. Oh, I like that one. Let's have another one like this growing close to the trunk. Like so. And let's fill in this gap just with another one. Okay. Now let's work on those dynamics. Let's make them larger towards the trunk of the tree. This one's coming out right there. This one right here. This one from right there. This comes out here. Let's make it larger there. Like this, okay. Continue this a little bit. I often find myself making the first line very squiggly, and then once I follow it the second time to make it larger, to make it wider, the branch, I round up those nice sharp turns that I integrated. So I'm trying to keep those sharp turns right now and not make the second line have round turns, but be as edgy as the first line that I did. Right there. Up here. This one coming out. Where does that one go? I don't even know. I think this should be thicker. I don't know. It's not going to. Nobody's going to notice at the end if that's not correct. Alright. Then up there. Oh. Ruined the squiggliness. But okay. Can't preserve it all. Okay, and then go right here. Now, let's see. Let me maybe give this tree a shadow side on the right side. Maybe a little bit of shadow side is nice. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, now what I want to do is to try and not create complete volumes as I normally do, but just put some leaves in certain areas. Just as I did before with those trees. The small trees in the background and that oak in the foreground. But yeah, I'm making this mistake that I find myself doing very often. I just put a bunch of leaves at the tip, at the end of a branch, and then it looks like whatever. I don't know what I could compare this to, but definitely not like leaves on a tree. But I realized that mistake and I'm trying to compensate and change it up and make something different so that it doesn't look like that. Maybe some leaves just going more outward. And of course there are leaves closer to the tree trunk, not always just at the top, at the tip of the branch. Maybe those go out like this. Oh, I like this shape, just hanging off there. Maybe that's what they do at the tip of the branch. Just bend down like this. I think that looks really good. So I'm also trying to make it organically, don't know how to call this, give it different densities. Some areas where there's almost a hole in the foliage of the tree where you can see through to the other side, but then there are areas like this one where there are a couple of layers of leaves, so you can't really see through to the other side. Maybe right there and right here there's another one of those areas. Going right here to the tip of the branch, and then here it hangs off like this. And here's another one of those patches that forms a tip that hangs down here. Okay. I may be getting the hang of this. Doesn't look too shabby, I think. Another patch of leaves here. Maybe one behind it, connecting those. Something hanging down here, like so. Something over here. Let's keep some of those branches visible, shall we? I want them to be seen. Something there at the tip of this branch. Something right here. Some leaves right there. Maybe like so. Okay, ooh. Look at this now. I don't have different layers of brightness, but for it just having this one value, I think it looks very organic. And when it's in the evening and the sun is about to set, it's not necessarily directly above the horizon, but maybe like here, or more like this side of the tree, since the left side is brighter, but yeah, closer to the horizon. It's not like noon or early afternoon and the tree is backlit, then it's going to look this dark. And I don't want to do anything more to it. I was going to try something else as well, but I think I'm gonna leave that to another time. Right now I don't want to ruin this. So there you have it. That's the second drawing for today. Let me go ahead and clean up those edges. And maybe leave in those leaves hanging out. Oh, one thing that I forgot that I'm going to do is add just some individual leaves that aren't attached to the other ones. I mean, of course they are in reality, but right here on my drawing, it looks like they're floating free because the connection to the tree is so small that we don't see it. But you know that I like those individual leaves or trees that really give the impression of detail. So let me get in a couple of those. Just really not trying to not overdo it, since I'm so satisfied with this result that I achieved right here. Maybe like here or down there. Okay, let's leave it at that. All right, cleaning up the edges. I'm leaving this branch hanging out of the drawing and this one right here as well. As a reminder that those leaves at the end hang down like that. I mean, they do on this side as well, but I just want to keep that in on this side as well. Just because I'm so proud of myself of achieving this effect. Okay. And the lower edge right here. Let's get rid of all of this graphite that the side of my palm dragged down here again. I'm leaving the top the way it is as well, for the sake of the tree. I know I could have drawn the tree right up to the edge, then cleaned the edge up, and then just added something to the tree going over the edge, but I'm just leaving it for now. I really don't want to mess it up. Maybe once I'm getting more comfortable with drawing trees like that, I can mess around with them more. But for now, this is what it looks like, and this is what it's going to be. Okay. Thank you for tuning in again. Hope you learned something. Hope it was maybe some pleasant background noise for you to get work done or to draw something yourself. Maybe it was an inspiration or a motivation. I am happy with whatever you get out of this. Oh wow. Really messy signature tree right down here. But anyway, thank you for tuning in again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.